YouTube, episode 4, session 3, welcome back. So, I'm gonna put it in chat. Whoop. So, here's what you've sort of gathered about the train. There are 3 things that you need to overcome before you can actually get aboard this moving thing. Obviously, it needs to happen when it changes tracks, because that's the only time where it's slow enough. And you have about a 4-minute window. You need to get past the speed, then you need to get past the electrical coding, and then you actually need to find a way to get aboard. However, there's still the opportunity to scout the covert ferrite crystal depository, which is somewhere in this crater. We're gonna have another round of evening activities for you guys. Go ahead and determine if you wanna, or rather, how you wanna spend your evening with your lifestyle expenses. With modest being 1 hit die, comfortable 2 hit die, wealthy 4 hit die, and aristocratic 10 hit die, and pay the price accordingly. We're gonna start with Mr. Jarrus. How do you spend?
Sorry, can I go first because I have to get away in a second?
Yes. Go, human.
So as we get back to the city, every organic retires back to the canteen into their respective beverage locations. I go check out the shops to see if anyone is actually selling those crystals.
The ferrite crystals? Sure,
exactly.
Yeah, you can get a handful of ferrite crystals for about 100 credits.
And they're sourced locally?
Yes. The ones that you get your hands on, they are not of the purest quality, and they are not of the highest price.
Can I get better ones?
Not from Cortica, the guy says. If you want the actual good shit, you're gonna have to go to the shipbreaking yard and find some shady individuals to trade with.
Oh, how did they get their hands on them?
He wouldn't know. He's a legitimate trader, and he keeps looking around shadily, suspecting some kind of trap from you.
Okay, well, that's all I'll do.
Okay. How do you spend your evening?
Just
Modest?
Definitely modest, yeah. Just modest.
Modest. Alright, you recover 1 hit die and another advantage. Sorry, another inspiration.
Oh, nice.
Hum. Okay. Jarrus, how do you spend your evening?
Yeah, once again, Jerry spends his evening modest. You know, he just sits around, like in not the it's not a tavern, it's like a cantina. He sits around the canteen at the bar, eating like a decent, alright meal and have a few drinks, but most of the time to spend the time by himself.
Okay. Once again, sticking to your modest roots, you recover 1 hit die and you have another advantage, or another inspiration. And you can stack 2, I think, unless you are...
Yeah, I can stack 2.
The Scion or the Rogue can stack more.
Yeah, I'm at my 2.
Cool. What about Penn? How do you spend your evening?
I think I'll do comfortable.
Okay.
Not really doing a lot. He's not one for nightlife, so he's just like chilling in his room, meditating maybe.
Okay. You can recover 2 hit dice, and you also get an inspiration. Up to 4, I believe, because you're the Scion.
Yes.
Right. Lumiya, how do you spend your night?
Same as before, but I am now actually very happy, and I just, spend it in much more comfortable states of mind.
Cool. You recover whatever hit dice you recover 4, right?
4, yeah.
Yeah. No inspiration for you.
Sure.
Dr. Harjacc. How do you?
Well, in the in the tradition of a blue collar working city, of a doctor in a blue collar working city, Dr. Harjacc is going to get decently buzzed and go out and do some medicine.
For the pro bono medicine to help the unwashed masses.
Let's not assume things.
Okay.
I'm trying to get paid.
Okay. Let's see.
He probably would like put out like on the local holonet or whatever, or like search for anyone in need of doctors, or put out like medical assistance available.
Okay. Cool. And your lifestyle expenses?
I did whatever is 40 credits. Wealthy.
Okay, you get four hit dice back and no inspiration. Yeah. A few hours after you put the ad, you are leaned on the side of the tavern, and this burly looking Taos person comes at you, and the Taos are the hairy ones with the little snoot coming out. And he blurts out in the Taos language something at you, which you probably don't speak.
Nope.
He reads in your eyes that you do not speak, and he tries Hatties.
Yes.
He says, he looks very shady, and he says, "Do you have a license to practice medicine?"
I have the skills to take care of whatever you need taken care of.
He says, "You should working on all these unwashed alien masses, you can really get hurt. You can get your arm broken, or you can get your kneecaps broken. You should really not advertise being able to do medicine for whatever prices you have advertised. In fact, if you want to do medicine, you can get from the Scrapper Guild. You can get a practicing medic license, and that way you get to charge monopoly prices and not like 10 below the market."
Oh, is that something I'd be able to do quickly?
The Taos shrugs and he says, "Last time I heard, there's like a 7-day wait in the queue. But you should definitely take your advert down in the next, say, 1 hour."
And what are you, just a good Samaritan? What interest is this to you?
Oh, I don't wanna see you, charge less than what you can be making. I'm actually doing you a service by warning you.
Can I inside check this bitch?
Yeah, you can definitely insight check this guy. Oh yeah, this guy's definitely not truthful. He's threatening you, and he's not very good at threatening you, but he's very large.
Okay.
And then he walks away.
Can I tell if he's with anyone?
Oh yeah.
As he's walking away.
Yeah. He's definitely not the doctor. He's the muscle. And you have a feeling you know what this scam is about. He breaks someone's kneecaps, and then that someone pays the doctor to fix his kneecaps. And to keep returning to have his kneecaps fixed.
Alright, well, instead of trying to practice my services, I'm going to try to follow these guys.
Alright. Do you take the advert down?
No. Well, I didn't tell anyone where to find me.
Oh, so you would just be responding to messages?
Yeah. I might have. This might have been like the first guy that responded, and I told him to meet up with me at the bar.
No need. Do you have a wrist pad, Dr. Harjacc?
Yes.
And that's where you put your advert from, right?
Yes.
All right. Let me see. Let me go back a little bit. Let's go here. Let's go here. We'll do this guy. Double technology, so it's +7, which is fine. And a normal. Let's give him one more. Even worse. Okay, so this exchange happens early the next morning, as opposed to relatively early in the day. You were just about to, legitimately go have a nap for the day when this guy comes in and tries to muscle you. You've been up for 20 hours doing whatever, God knows what, Dr. Harjacc. It's not a good time to follow him, but you have his scent. You kind of gain a sense of where his movements might take him. So in tomorrow's downtime, you can actually attempt to find this guy in whatever operation he's doing.
Okay.
But right now you do need your long rest.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. And finally, Neron, I believe. What does your evening look like?
I just wonder, do we know what the ferrite crystals are used for? Did we get that explained? That I just
ferrite crystals
out,
are an energy storage device, much like the kyber crystal. They're a lower grade kyber crystal, and they retain about 50% of the energy you give them. They have about 50% entropy resistance, which is still a very effective battery. Most often used in lightsabers. It can be used in guns as well.
Is there? Can I use this evening to try to look up other ways it has been used, other than lightsabers and guns?
Yeah. No downtime activity required. Just a technology check.
Can I help him in that?
Sure. You're gonna have advantage.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That works.
That
You
works.
can have advantage.
Yeah, the with H.U.M.A.N's help, who also procured crystals. Yeah, the way these particular crystals are cut, and the way they are transported, these are definitely used in the weapon manufacturing field by the Empire. But other uses include engines. You can power speeders with them. Personnel. Tiny power packs and stuff. But no, the Empire is using these for weapons.
Okay.
So, what does your lifestyle expenses tonight look like?
I'ma just do. Oh fuck. I'ma just do wealthy this time.
Wealthy, okay. You get your 4 hit dice. The next morning rolls over. Let me throw some dice. Let's do 2. Let's do 2 levels. And 39. 60. Sure. Okay. The next morning rolls around. You guys have a little aperitif early in the morning in the reactor room cantina. What do you guys want to do today?
I want to go to the scrapbreaking yard 32 with the train and see what I can find out about those crystals, because apparently that's something that's interesting.
Okay. What about you, Penn?
That's a good question. Can I go last? I have to think about this.
Okay. What about you, Jarrus?
I also got to think about it. I didn't have the answer off the top of my head.
All right, you can
No
also.
problem. Okay, I will ask Neron to join me in researching and developing a suit that we need to jump on the train.
All right. So you would be
Suits?
working on getting past the electrical coating.
I was
yes.
actually gonna say that I wanted to do that. Yeah.
Right. So do you guys
Find
do
a way
this?
to like ground some of the armor we have on, so the electricity doesn't run through us, but through the suit instead, or something.
Okay. So you guys are
something technological bullshit. Yes.
well. What technological bullshit exactly? So are you going to use the ship's facilities? Are you going to use one of the mechanical shops in Cortica City? Or are you going to find an abandoned workshop in one of these abandoned ships scattered all around you that still has some amount of power?
Does it looks like this place is better than our ship? Or is
Yes.
it like a very poor?
Yeah, no. Technologically, this is a very advanced planet. It's not quite Coruscant or an Ecumenopolis, but it has facilities.
Sure,
you find a
let's take
facility
some kind of facility, yes.
Yeah, it'll be 100 credits to rent the facility, and
Sure.
it'll give you +6 circumstance bonus on your checks.
Okay,
sure.
I will remove 100 credits.
All right.
From
The downside to doing this facility and not your ship is that you can get on a database for doing what you're doing. There's a droid always watching.
Okay, is there like a place where it's like not more shady? Considering how like I spent like 2 days walking in this city.
Yeah. There's another place. It only costs 25 credits. It only gives +2, but it accrues far less heat.
But I mean,
Okay,
like, as long as you're making what look like just industrial jumpsuits, like that doesn't.
Let's just
I
not
was
assume that
thinking of,
everyone
like,
in Empire is
maybe,
retards. Let's not.
Not suspicious until there's a massive train robbery.
Yeah, but we could say that, like, oh, we're going high places. We need suits that could, like, if we get
that's very
hit by
true.
lightning or something.
So
Nah.
even if
take the impact, or
even if a person doesn't notice, after the train gets robbed, like someone said, a droid will notice, and eventually. They have sensors to monitor the chrono radiation that comes out of your ship. They have, obviously, surveillance and droids that they have your faces. Not to mention that you've been staking out a secret
Yes,
imperial operation.
I will spend 25 credits on that place where we will generate less heat. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you and Neron spend your downtime activity in Cortica City trying to solve the electrical coding problem. So
Yes.
both of you are together, both of you are working on this, both of you are spending your sweet time doing it, so both of you roll technology at an advantage and with a +2 circumstance bonus.
Okay.
can I do the guidance thingy, temporary boost on myself as well?
Yes, you can do it actually for both of you. So the circumstance bonus
And then
becomes 6.
they can put Human on speed dial if they have any technical questions.
Yeah, sure.
24.
24 for Lumiya.
And then a fucking +2 as well.
+2 and +d4.
Oh, I didn't add +2, so it's
That'll be
26 for me
33.
then.
Right? Yeah. You guys solve the problem. You make 6. Actually, you make 7. One is a spare in case something happens. High insulation suits that go over your bodies. They come equipped with the maglock stuff, so you would have the use of your hands and your feet, and they're absolutely immune to most electrical discharge. In fact, you've made them so strong that they can actually resist the aphoric zone lightning, maybe a few direct strikes. So even if you're still outside, go on.
If it helps even further, I'm proficient in armor make implements as well.
Okay, yeah.
If there's more stuff that needs to be done.
It'll take a good 10 or so lightning strikes before you actually fry the capacitors. So you have a lot of survival on the outside of the train now. You can definitely negotiate the electrical coding. So you've solved one of the 2 problems.
You said it had mag clamps too, didn't it?
Yeah. You can easily maneuver the external thing of the train.
Oh, so it integrated like maglock boots into the suits you made.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you wouldn't need to like this is specialized gear. Obviously, it'll not be usable. You've made it particularly to maglock to the material of the train, and the capacitors are rain resistant, so if you use them in humid terrains they can malfunction. This is a one-time thing. You cannot reuse this equipment.
It's gonna look like some fucking Mission Impossible train heist. Jesus fucking Christ.
You guys are very proficient in exactly this kind of work, you and Lumiya particularly.
Yeah, I'll just give a high five for Neron and say this is why we're working together. Good job, mate.
Yeah,
We're
you guys can
fucking
also
geniuses.
you guys can also have inspiration. They don't even look bad. They're pretty slick.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I have an idea now.
Well, all right. What about you, Jarrus? What do you do with today's downtime?
So you said that it comes past every 2 days,
Yeah.
right? So I would like to just generally watch the area and get a sense of the guard rotations for the imperial troopers going back and forth area in general, not just on a day of the train, but the area in general. Just in case when we're trying to get closer, we can actually get us a direct path through.
Okay. You doing this, you would get dangerously close to the aphotic zone. If you bring a vehicle, it might get disabled. Are you gonna get some backup with you?
Can I actually? Harjacc will offer to Jarrus. I think that might be more my skill set. Would you be able to procure us some industrial welding equipment to tear open the outside of this thing? Or would somebody else? If somebody else can do that, then I can go with Jarrus to do this.
Well, to be fair, I own some welding equipment in some form.
Do we think that's going to be enough to is that? I'm thinking of stuff that's designed to slice open a starship hull.
Yeah.
It can do that.
Like industrial drills.
Yeah, lightsaber can do that.
Yeah.
Lightsaber can do to bulkheads.
Yeah. It is his lightsaber that he is referring to.
Okay. Okay, so I thought we had said that as a backup plan.
Yep. It doesn't need to be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Have some insurance.
I can go through Cortica City and see if I can find something that's specialized to do that.
Okay.
I mean, if there's a shipbreaking yard on this planet, industrial lasers have to, be littering the ground at this point.
Yeah, but industrial lasers also cost money.
Yeah, which I
Probably
don't really have.
We don't have to buy them. We have the license. We can rent them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's also bring back a paper trail.
Yeah.
I can finagle a droid to get us a laser.
We just hauled in, or y'all just hauled in a shitload of scrap the other day. What suspicion is there? We're using a tool to do the thing we were already doing.
Yeah. To be fair,
Yeah, but let's say if we have to leave it, for example, our name will be on it. That's only my worry. The lightsaber, no matter what, we can just hide and stow away on us. But if we do that, I'm not sure how big it is, for example. I'm just imagining. Let's say we can hold it in one hand, but let's say we can't really hide it and we have to get rid of it quickly. If they find it, they can say, "Oh, this serial number 123762 belongs to our group," and now.
Then if that's a worry, we can destroy it afterwards and just pay a fine.
Hmm?
Okay.
I just think getting the extra equipment isn't needed when we have something better.
I am much less worried about the heat from the Scrappers Guild or whoever than us screwing up an insertion into an Imperial facility.
You are both making good points.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get a backup laser and use the Jedi thing as a plan A, and then a big ass laser as plan B.
Yeah, can I just go through Cortica City and see what my options are pertaining to lasers that would, I guess it wouldn't be lasers, but
Sure.
apparatus that would get me inside.
Sure. You can also use a demolition device.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
That's loud.
This
Yeah.
is a job for a technologist. It'd be a technology check. Actually, it can
Yeah.
be an insight check as well.
I'll do insight then, I
Insight,
think.
alright.
Because I believe that will be better.
Alright. Do that. Do the insight check.
Yeah.
And then you guys are together. And
Yikes. That's a cool 11.
take the 39 for this. Okay. We will sort you in a moment. Dr. Harjacc, what about you?
I'll help Jarrus with scouting.
So, Dr. Harjacc, we'll start with Dr. Harjacc and Jarrus. Roll stealth. Obviously, you need to be stealthy and in imperially denied area, which is also very difficult to move around in.
If we're worrying about like Imperial patrols and stuff, can I give him advantage on this or something?
No.
Because this is like,
No, yours is for equipment and stuff, not for Imperial marching stuff.
I'm not worried. It's fine.
Whoop.
I was worried. I'm using inspiration. I thought it was going to be that 20.
Do inspiration. Alright. 11 is enough. Go ahead and roll your portent dice for today, Jarrus.
For the day. Yeah, I got you.
Do it now, because it's a new day. Okay.
Wow, it's not. You won't whip.
Military technology strategy, sure. Yeah, you know what? You're right, Dr. Harjacc. You should know when these guys move. Even though the drills have changed a little bit since your time, it's still pretty similar. Okay. He already rolled with advantage, so it won't be applicable. Okay. You guys cross so the little platform that you were observing, you actually come down and travel along the jagged rocks until you find one of the catwalks that is high enough for you to land in. And you actually get inside this intermediary facility where the tunnel comes out. Yeah, there's about 5 guards here. They don't actually spot you. You are in catwalks above them. They're not really paying any attention, and the rain is on your side. Yeah, there's 5 of them. There are 2 snipers, there are 2 jet troopers, and 1 patrolling, like, simple stormtrooper that'll just reinforce if any one group gets into trouble. If you bring the entire party here, and if you're fast enough, you can stealthily dispatch these guys.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, we could take these guys out and then just walk onto the train.
Yep. We can literally kill them, take their equipment, and walk on.
Yep. Dr. Harjacc, and Jarrus can help you here. Give me a perception or a technology check.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a you struggle to see what this is because you've seen this before, but this is actually being repurposed and is a lot newer than what you used. But this is like an emergency monorail brake. It's like a kill switch that terminates power on the train track. You can literally stop the train right here. It'll be stopped literally until someone comes over here and flips the switch. And that'll definitely signal the covert facility that power on the train track has been lost.
Yeah. I think that's just too risky.
Yep. Yeah, you guys scout this out and you depart. Oh yeah, so the tunnel that the train actually goes in, there are no catwalks. You cannot go in there on foot. It's just jagged rocks everywhere. There's catwalks for about 1 kilometer in. But at this point, the train is moving so fast that you don't want to be on that catwalk. The oh goodness, what's it called? The updraft is going to uproot you from the catwalk and crush you against the side of the train. It's moving too fast at that point.
All right, so like Ocean's 11. Here's the plan. Like, we take out these guards, take their uniforms, outfits, whatever. We get onto the train, and then once we get on the train, we just disguise ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. So at this point, this is the place where the train enters the tunnel. Not
It's
the
not supposed to stop here, so if it stops, there will be noticing.
yeah. If you wanna scout the other side where the monorail switches from an above to a below, you actually need to investigate the covert facility as well, because you are visible from there. So that's another thing.
Okay, well, I mean, this is still, like, we just need to be there when the train switches over. We could come here before then, take out these guys.
Yep.
And then we just have Imperial uniforms.
Yeah. Every 12 hours they would need to check in. So you do the math in your head, Dr. Harjacc. You have about 10 hours or so to conduct this operation. And once you enter the euphoric zone, you would be invisible. They wouldn't even bother coming to look for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That's what we needed.
We're gonna do H.U.M.A.N next, as you guys troop on back to your little scavenger skiff and GTFO back to Cortica. H.U.M.A.N, what were you doing in shipbreaking yard 32?
So early morning, I head out to the train station, took a train to the shipbreaking yard to figure out those crystals and see what the fuck is up with that.
Right.
There seems to be something special.
Roll. I'll let you roll sleight of hand, and I'll even let you roll slicing implements. Yeah, you jack yourself into an imperial informational data stream, and you find it surprisingly very heavily encrypted. You cannot break this equipment. You cannot break this encryption. You would need to find an imperial facility and scomp in. In fact, you're pretty sure you may have just fucked up as you attempted to hack your way in. You're pretty sure you tripped a firewall or something. You rapidly leave this place, and you have a very bad feeling in your robotic gut. You learn nothing more about that.
Since that happened rather quick, is there a way I can go directly to the covert site?
Yeah. You can then attempt a second downtime activity.
Let's go there.
All right. You go to the covert site. Yeah, same for you. It's a stealth check. Let's see how well you roll. Yeah, 16 is enough. You find a stealthy outcropping. There's actually no place to stand there. There's a rock perched above it precariously, like 100 meters above. And this is where the train speed lowers. There's a single checkpoint that probably has a single sniper overlooking that. There are, however, automated droid, like flying eye things, pretty much similar to your tracker droid interface, but automatic. You might be able to hack those, but yeah, you will be perceived mounting the train here. And then the facility itself is dug up into the mountain. You see the bay that the train docks in. In fact, you see the train and you see the products from it being unloaded. You're still very far away. Give me a technology check at a disadvantage. Do you have a macro binoculars?
Let's have a look. No,
Let's just say I gave him micro binoculars.
Sure.
Because I was on the doing duty in the lab anyway.
Do either technology at a disadvantage or perception at a normal roll.
Then let's do technology at a disadvantage. Not bad.
Yeah, there's like 30, 40, 50 tons of these orange ferrite crystals. The unloading crew is entirely made out of droids. You cannot see inside this covert facility. And this confuses you. There should be some way of the crystals being moved off-world. There are perhaps more underground tunnels. Or even an automated droid transport facility that moves it from the covert facility directly to the Imperial base. But you should be able to see that from here. It's strange. Maybe you are out of sync with their schedule. Maybe you're here in the wrong time of day. Anyway, you find nothing else.
Can I set my little droid forward to see, and then just stick on a wall somewhere to stay there?
Yeah. The droid lingers over there, and then the rain starts spouting it, and it keeps reporting overload on its thrusters. The weather is too bad for it to be doing this work. Yeah. It might survive, but you're probably gonna lose it if it stays here.
All right, I'll take it with me.
All right.
Yeah, and I return back to the city.
All right. And finally, Penn, who is inquiring into the possibility of a drilling laser or an explosive that'll shatter open a bulkhead. Go ahead and roll. Goodness, you can roll lore, you can roll persuasion or intimidation, and even technology.
Oh, terrible options. I think I'll do persuasion.
Okay.
Not horrible, 13.
Yeah, there are definitely demolition charges that you can use that are used exactly for that reason. And you do have a premium, or rather, Human has a premium scavenging license. However, every time you buy these, or even inquire about these, you enter a special database. And the Empire keeps track of how many you have. And similar to Human, you get a bit of a pit in your stomach, and you feel like you're now on a list somewhere, and that you've alerted the Empire. You rapidly get out of this shady little gun store that you've been perusing, and you keep looking over your shoulder. Nobody comes, but you can't shake the feeling off that the Empire knows more.
Okay.
Everyone loses 1 hit die for today's activities.
There was like a way to lower heat as well, right?
Yeah, you can run interference as a downtime activity.
Okay. What would that involve?
You need to spend your entire downtime activity. You can either use the HoloNet to do that stuff, or you can physically find antennas or even scomp and hack inside and literally run like worms that look for your name or your image and like corrupt it or stuff.
Not my forte, so I will not do that. I'll just keep an eye out and then return to the cantina.
Sure. Alright, everyone returns to the cantina for the day, and you guys share information. You have 1 more day, and the day after tomorrow is when the train moves. You have cracked 2 out of 3, and you've kind of attempted. You've cracked 2 or 1 thing out of the 3 things, and you kind of attempted to scout the covert facility, but Human was too far away to learn anything useful other than what the yield is, which is about 30 tons.
Okay, so we've dealt with the speed problem. We can get it when it's changing over.
Sure.
We've gone past the electrical coding, and I mean, if we're getting it on the way into the aphotic zone, we're not even going to go to the depository, right?
No, but you may be perceived as you mount.
I'll do you one better. At the covert sites, there was talk of like droids unloading, but no talk of cards.
Nope.
So why don't we just sneak in there?
The facility appears to be automated, other than a few overlooking snipers, which are probably on a rotation.
Yeah, so I say instead of trying to climb a dangerously fast train through a dangerously fast tunnel, move in when they're unloading it.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't do a train heist.
We'd be in the train. Wouldn't that be better? Unless it goes directly to the Imperial base, in which case we'd be fucked.
But then no one would say synchronize your watches.
Wouldn't that
making
be also
very
kind of more riskier and higher probability of casualties as well, with more entities and people around?
All right, so this is the place where they're going through. This
Yeah,
is the
the
place where
depository.
they're turning on.
Yeah.
And this place, like, no, there's like a few guards, and here is only one guard, or what?
Yeah.
The sniper guy.
Yeah, there's probably you haven't actually identified where the guard is, but it's very unlikely that this very vulnerable position is not monitored in any way.
Look, if it's the highly automated sites with a few guards, it's going to be a bunch of droids, all restraining bolts. It's going to be a master program somewhere. There's going to be a central place to control all these droids. If we can get into that space, we can just tell them to ignore us.
This
We get
seems
in.
like very risky.
Yeah.
Sure does.
A place of weakness should be fortified. That's how the Empire works. It finds places of weakness and fortifies them. Sometimes it misses places of weakness, but not when they're obvious. Which is strange that there's no sniper that you can see overlooking this junction. Maybe it's not a sniper. Maybe it's another kind of thing. And you didn't see any guys in the depository, but you only ever saw the loading facility. Inside, there might be a billion fucking Imperials guarding these tons upon tons upon tons of ferrite crystals. You just didn't see any.
I still think that the turning point is probably like the people were saying, like, who's gonna jump on a train? That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's true.
The less likely of a plan it seems, more the safer we are from
Yeah,
being
so
discovered.
like I think
Alright.
it will be less defense here than, you know, obviously just attack this place instead.
So we're going to hit the train.
Yes.
Let's hit the train.
But wait, before we hit the train, I would like to buy one thing.
Hmm?
Can I buy some armor?
Armor, sure. There are all three of the vendors, or rather all four of the vendors. The Gunrunners, the Aegis Corporation, the Tactical Advantage, and the Armor Room. Obviously, no Ilum Academy goods here.
It's the the prices are similar to the website, or are they different on the sheet?
They're probably similar. I will help you out in the interest of speed. What thing are you looking for?
Composite armor.
Composite armor. Yeah, you can buy that for what is listed in the website.
All right, cool. That's all my credits, but that's actually goodies.
Yep. So you press control and space, you find composite armor, you drag it in, you ensure that it's equipped, and the other one you can sell for 50% of its price.
Can I give him some credits to try to grab me some flashbangs or something?
Yes, these will be.
Depending on how this, if you want, we could buy a demo charge and just blow up the train afterwards.
Why would we blow a train?
You never know; it could be something crazy on there. Or you don't want it to keep going.
Give the
How
Empire
we-
the middle finger.
Like, but like, how are we gonna move out of the way if we have no train?
With the demo charge. What do you mean get out the way?
I mean, like, if we blow up the train while we're still here, we're just...
Okay, whoa, hey, I got an idea. Wait, so what he's saying? What he's saying? So we get into the aphotic zone, we
Uh-huh.
get out, no problem.
Mhm.
On the way back, we sabotage the train and we get off the train before the train explodes.
Exactly.
We destroy
Yeah.
the handoff facility down at the end of the track.
But there's like thousands of trains here. They're just gonna bring a new train.
Yeah, but that
I mean,
also
I
takes
guess-
time. That's not immediate. That's
I
not
guess-
something you just do in like an hour.
No,
There are still more Imperials, but 2,000 dead Imperials is 2,000 dead Imperials, or however many are in this base.
It's probably
Oh,
not
yeah.
2000, but the truth is that the train is like actually defended with the electrical thingy, so it's probably cost a lot. So now that makes sense. Yes.
And
The
let's
roll on
not
floor
forget,
is-
the ones that we're going to be killing is the ones that are going to be unloading, which is going to be droids, not imperials.
Oh, that's-
Just droids.
Even if you're
Uh,
not killing Imperials, we still disabling their train, so they slowing down their production and moving back stuff back and
the
forth.
problem is that to use the demolition charge to explode, you need like to be 30 meters near it because
No, you don't. You can set it up and have it explode on
timer.
120.
no, you can't.
Yes, you can. It's literally
No.
when you read it, it says it.
No charge fragmentation. This charge can be set with a 6-second timer or detonated remotely using a remote detonator. You know, I guess if we have 6 seconds to jump.
Or we use the remote
3,000
detonator.
kilometers an hour.
A remote detonator is like 30 meters or like 60 meters. It sucks.
This that okay. I feel like arguing about something that's.
I should also mention that the Empire keeps a very close eye on who buys.
No worries, I already have it with me. I bought it on Tatooine.
Cool.
Detonator. The remote
Yeah, I was very surprised when I learned the detonator here. It just sucks.
I'll let you craft a better version of this. We're gonna make it a tier 2 detonator, which will be a
60 meters, so that's still good.
Sure. The first one that you can craft will be 120.
120.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's not that bad.
Yeah, that'll be a consumable item that you can craft during your downtime.
Sure.
I will remind you next time you want to spend your downtimes frivolously and not on mission.
Okay.
Can I buy a pocket scrambler to modify my communications device because
Yeah.
I'm not feeling safe at all.
Yeah.
Well, we could also buy a comm jammer.
That's what I was thinking first, yeah, but that's only going to be useful within your area, and it's going to be very noticeable when communications are being jammed.
Yeah.
So by that time, it's already too late. It's not stealthy at all.
You do have one more day before
How
the
much
train
does
actually
a pocket
departs.
scramble cost, actually?
800.
Okay,
Damn.
so before we decide what we want to do, let's just quickly go on the plan. So we go here. Before actually it comes here, try to locate the sniper guy, remove the sniper guy. Then here we jump on the train with our rubber suits. And then
from what we and Harjacc found out, to be honest with you, we could just take out the guards, put on their uniforms, and then walk on it.
It's going to take us 2 days to get back, and by that time, they would have noticed the corpses.
Yeah, if you want to do
We can
that.
hide we can also hide the bodies.
Yeah, if you want to do
And
that,
we
it
can
needs to happen on the same day.
Sorry, yeah, and we can still, it's a 12-hour check-in from our
Yes.
DM said.
Yes.
We just have to radio in again.
But if there's no, the thing is, we're going to be gone for 2 days because the train runs every 2 days. Unless we take it over and run back ourselves, that's going to be fine too.
Okay, so let's go.
the good thing about the one guy, if it's only one guy here, that you can tell that he wasn't really killed. He was like maybe eaten by that big thing that you saw.
We can make it angry.
Just push him in the pit.
Kind of need that armor though.
Do we?
Do we?
You don't? Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
For the
Ominous.
for the cutting into the train, I don't think we need disguises.
Nope.
I'm just saying, but if we have disguises while on the train, never mind. Hey, do what you want. I'm just going.
I mean,
okay.
I really don't think that there will be a lot of guards in the zone because, if you're already in the train or you're going in the train here, it's much higher chance to go here than here because, how the fuck are you here if you're not Imperial guy?
And I still think having the uniform's a good way to like ambush people.
Okay.
I mean, uniforms definitely wouldn't be bad.
So sure. Then we need to decide again because we still have no decision. So you don't want to go here because if there's only one guy, one for uniform is not enough. So we need to
Yeah.
go from here.
Yeah, if we have one more day, we can scout out the covert location. If there's more to it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm still not sure why exactly we need the laser, the Jedi weaponry, because like we need to get into the train or what, or is it like
Yeah.
closed? Oh, okay.
Yeah, to get into it and create an opening, basically.
Yep.
Okay.
Unless in the covert place we find another way in.
All right.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I feel like there's a
Let's
lot
get
more
it to the
it
vault. Okay. Who is up to go over here?
I'm up for it.
I'm not stealthy
I
at all, so they'll notice the droid.
I'm pretty stealthy. I still think this is the better plan, the cutting into it, but I'm down to check it out.
Okay. Who ups to go here? I am for this plan.
All right. So
I'm
let
in at the changeover.
me separate
Yeah,
you
me too.
guys. Changeover. Covert. Aha, Neron as well. Okay. It is decided you will not be exploring the covert facility. Let me move you back in because that is where you are.
Okay. Then let's go check this place out, try to find more weaknesses here, and then we go and jump there.
Okay.
And then we think.
All right. So this is a high stealth area because the facility has a straight line towards you, and because there's surely some defensive mechanism that you guys have not found out. So we
have a day to try to find it, so that we will do.
I have a tech power for this as well. I can use smuggle, so we can
smuggle.
That's a pass without trace, basically.
Yeah, that's for when you are being tracked. It doesn't actually. Yeah. It doesn't actually.
It still gives you +10. It gives you +10 to stealth.
It still helps with being sneaky. So
cool. Okay. So.
Oh, I can become invisible. I forgot.
Oh wow! Yeah, you have second level.
We have like 3 engineers here.
Yeah.
Second level spell powers you have. Second level tech powers. Okay, so high stealth area. Who's scouting out the junction?
Me.
I'm down to do it.
Lumiya.
Yeah.
Jaron. Harjacc. Anyone else?
Me?
Did I hear Penn?
Yes, sorry.
Penn.
Penn.
Yeah, a lot of American accents. And by a lot I mean 3. Cool. And H.U.M.A.N and Jarrus, what are you doing with tomorrow's downtime?
I'm gonna make some more equipment that's gonna be useful. Maybe some explosives that are gonna be useful for that train.
Sure, you can tackle the getting into the train problem.
Let's do that.
Right.
I'll just help him.
Help him? Okay.
Mm.
We will do H.U.M.A.N and Jarrus first. Cool. So what's the plan? Getting a laser or getting an explosive to bust?
So what I'm thinking is we go somewhere a little unobtrusive, find someone to get us a second-hand laser, something that has been used, that's not on their books anywhere, you know?
Okay. Yeah, that's an insight check, and I'm pretty sure Jarrus is actually pretty good at that kind of work, so he can give you the help action.
Jarrus, you do that.
All right. So you roll at an advantage, human.
And that's for... What am I rolling?
Insight
Insight. Oh boy.
at advantage.
This is gonna be good. Come on.
Or not.
Move.
You already have advantage, so you cannot reroll. Yeah, once again, you guys get so close to procuring exactly what you need, and then you have a feeling you've stepped on a wire and you've tripped an alarm in Imperial HQ as people rapidly begin to leave you. In fact, the paranoia is real, as you are pretty sure you are now being followed. You fail, Human and Jarrus, and you return to the inn, or the cantina.
All right.
The other guys. All right, let's everyone roll stealth. And
Wait,
I assume
I'm a lead to spell
Yeah.
or power. Sorry.
Yeah.
And if it runs out, I will cast it again, like
Okay.
right before it runs out.
Okay, it lasts an hour. Yeah, it'll be at least 4 hours. Yeah.
So with plus 10 is 19.
With plus 10, I have a 33 because that's without the plus 10.
We're rolling stealth.
Yes. With plus 10.
Okay. 25.
And as always, if this is any useful, what is this? This one.
Yeah. Doesn't slow your group provided they can see and hear you. Even when you're engaged in another activity while traveling, you remain alert to danger, stealthily at normal pace. Well, BombeX, you got a 19 as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Dr. Harjacc is not actually 15, it's more because there's no plus 10 there. It should be plus 2, plus 8, so it's 20.
Is it plus 8 or plus 10?
It's plus
Plus
10.
10.
Yeah, so 25.
This very inhospitable area, you guys gain command of this small, jagged mountain made out of black obsidian stone, and you nestle immediately above the transition place, and you hover over this transition area. It's some kind of technological device that watches this area at all times. You just can't figure out what. Everyone roll separately, either persuasion or technology.
Okay. Temporal boost. Here I come.
Failed, but not by much.
What is technology? Plus 1d4.
No kidding, I can't do that. That's
No.
concentration.
Yeah.
Ew.
Then you rolled persuasion and not perception. Or perception.
I rolled persuasion.
And you too. Did I say persuasion? I meant perception. You can't persuade.
Oh,
nothing.
okay.
Sorry.
That's
my bad.
better.
Perception.
Roll the
Then
others.
I got a 23.
Okay.
No, 22.
Okay, we'll take that.
I would have had a 21.
Okay. Yeah, sure. You barely notice the sprayers. The train, as it switches train tracks, is covered by some kind of goo, some kind of gunk. There are massive industrial-sized sprayers. If you guys have been to any border crossing in Europe recently, you have, the ones that they have for COVID that spray the trucks. Exactly like that. It is a huge facility that sprays the entire train with gunk. And you're not entirely sure what it sprays it with because the train is currently not passing. There's no help for it. You're gonna have to go to the covert facility. That is where whatever chemicals are put into the system are being loaded in. There's nothing to see here. In fact, as you guys kind of discuss what it is that you are looking at, immediately above you passes on one of the tiny little tracker droids, and it kind of starts, rapidly taking pictures of you guys. You guys are wearing masks and stuff, so unless it actually discovers your vehicle, you're fine.
Okay, so what is it about the sprayers that's preventing us from getting on the train? Sorry.
You actually have no idea. They could be spraying water, it could be cleaning jets, it could be some sort of disinfectant, or it could be fucking acid to wash away any organisms that might be on the ceiling or on the sides of the train, even though it's electrified. There's no way to know what chemicals are being sprayed by the sprayers, because the chemicals are only sprayed as the train passes. And you're pretty sure you don't have the luxury of watching the train go in and then in 2 days coming back, because the droid is already snapping pictures of you. It'll be a few hours before the Empire actually, before the droids actually signal the Empire that there are people here and other people start getting involved.
Okay, we don't see any other people around?
Nope. If there is a sniper's roost, you are not locating it from where you are standing.
Is anybody able to neutralize that thing or modify it in any way?
Is it droid?
Yeah.
I don't know, Neron, maybe?
Fuck, no. Shit.
Do you have the tracker droid interface spell?
I don't.
Okay. Let me see what kind of spells you got.
I know my species gets paralyzed droid, but that's not until like a couple levels higher. But
Nope. Let's see what you get. Repair droid, spectrum ray, defibrillation, tracer bolt. These are really helpful for.
I mean, we could shoot it, but I don't know how much that would help us.
Like, not at all.
Yeah.
if it survives, we're fucked.
It might already be beaming. If there was an antenna Human noticed last night. There is an antenna on the covert facility. It's down in the rocks, so it may not have transmitted all of the data yet. But they do know that someone is casing their shit now. It'll be 12 hours before they can react to that, though. No, I'm looking at your spells. There's really no way to interface with this little droid thing.
Yeah.
Unless you physically get it in your hands, and it's flying 120 feet above you.
Does it film us, or does it just take pictures?
It'll do a little topographic thing. It's not actual surveillance. It's more like it's tripping an alarm. There's humanoids here.
I mean,
Because
obviously, if we shoot it down, it will be even more risk. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Someone's shooting
But,
our droids.
I could technically use force powers to pull it towards us, so you could interface with it directly.
What's the range of your push pull?
That's a good question. See here. Where does it say that?
Let me
60 feet.
Nope, it is out of your range.
Okay, cool. In that case, I've got nothing.
Yeah, I don't think I'm fast enough. Like, if I activate my jetpack, I still think we're at least at an even flying speed.
No, it's just hovering currently. If it actually holds ass, it can actually outrun you. It can achieve greater speeds.
Yeah.
It's a defense droid. It just does surveillance currently.
I mean, if it's just hovering there, you could try to catch it.
Quite far
It's
away.
probably just
Then we're
automated.
20 feet away.
It's quite far away. If you try to approach it, it still has some form of intelligence. And yeah, you guys investigate this area, and as you return to your vehicle, you gain a feeling that you failed a little bit too many stealth checks, and that the Empire kind of knows a little bit too much. And to boot, when you return to Cortica, the fucking sky opens up, and the planet is drenched in eternal rain.
Okay.
That doesn't seem normal.
Oh yeah, that's pretty normal.
When we get
Yeah.
back, can I try to do some research about super high-speed trains and
Okay.
how they function well in super wet environments, in case I encounter some other situations where they have used that kind of lubricant or some kind of protection for the trains or something?
Yeah, you can, you kind of try to find a case study for a high-speed monorail in a hostile atmospheric world, and what could it possibly be that the Empire is using? Go ahead and roll your technology, but roll at a disadvantage because you've already spent most of your downtime activity today.
Yeah.
Can I help?
Yes. He terminates your. Well, it's
No,
the same
it's
roll.
218.
It's the same roll either way.
Yes. So you're about 75% sure it's some kind of conductive liquid. Just at the point of
75%.
just at the point of turning, it overcharges the shield. The shield will burn off any organic matter, and also if there's any like impurities, if there's any moisture and stuff, it'll vaporize. If you are correct, and that is what it is doing, some kind of conductive liquid, then actually your suits are powerful enough to just take that. You might take a few d6s of lightning damage, but it probably won't kill you. You certainly won't fall off because the meg clamps won't let you. So if you're correct,
Okay.
you have actually overcome already this obstacle. But if it's something else,
Yeah, I will definitely share this with the rest of the group about supercharged liquid or what the fuck it was.
I am quite confident in our abilities and our suits.
Yeah.
We shall be
Yeah.
victorious.
Yep, I'm happy with the suit manufacturer. He did a great job.
cool. And it
So
is
just be prepared for pain, but it should be all right.
all right. Showtime tomorrow. You guys are going through with the train heist.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. How do you guys spend your evening in Cortica? Your lifestyle. How many hit dice do you get?
I'll
Let's
do
do
that as I've been doing modest a little.
Yeah,
Alright.
modest the same.
modest.
I'll
Neron.
also do modest this time.
Alright.
Do we have a maximum limit? Like how many? Or is it just like don't do it too much?
Yeah. You can. I'm gonna start restricting you if you do. This would be your second aristocratic, right, Neron?
No, I did one aristocratic and one wealthy. I was thinking like if I can get up to like 20 because it's gonna be a pretty hard day tomorrow.
Yeah, you have no upper limit on
Okay.
what you have.
Is there no limit on hit dice?
No limit on hit dice.
Oh,
I'm gonna do wealthy.
in that case, I'm going to do aristocratic as well.
Okay. Okay.
I swear I'm not gonna overdo it. I just want to get to 20.
Sure.
Because I know tough day.
Yeah. Cool.
No problem. I already decided that I will stop somewhere around and on 30, and I already have 28. So your 20
Cool.
is good enough.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yeah, I just don't want to seem like I'm overdoing it on purpose to like,
It's okay.
cheat the system in a way.
Yeah. Don't play the system too hard, but also do play the system too hard. That's why the survival mechanics are there, so you can.
Can I change mine?
Sure.
I do want to get a bit more. I'll change mine to wealthy.
Okay. Cool. Right. The fateful day arrives, and you guys are trooped up in your conductive suits early in the morning. You set up the repelling grapple, which you use. You set up 3 lines to do 2 people each. You guys have it planned out to a T. You will enter the train after it gets sprayed, so you don't actually get the conductive stuff on you. The train comes hurtling down, and even at 300 kilometers an hour, it is still.
Were we gonna get those imperial uniforms, or had we X that out of the plan?
No
I don't think we need
uniforms, I
it.
think.
We don't need it.
I didn't hear
I
enough
think
chatter about that.
Okay.
I think risk reward it's a bit too heavy on the
Yeah,
risk
yeah.
side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you rappel down the hooks. There's no surveillance drones today. The weather is pretty bad. There's not a lot of things that can fly in this weather. The fog is also very thick, but you do see the train hurtling. And by hacking or by Zen, you attach to the hull of the moving train with a loud clank. All 6 of you. You press against the hull and you hang there precariously, the mag clamps holding onto you. You feel like, as the train begins to accelerate rapidly, you feel like you're gonna get ripped in half by the inertia. You have a precious few seconds to make it through, to make a hole big enough to get inside. And you are on the side of the train.
Yeah.
Right, so you have a minute. What do you guys want to do? You are all hanging.
While I hope that our Jedi people, can do this shit, I also am using the explosive charge to, just placing it in, and if it fails, then we're gonna blow it up.
Yeah.
I can.
No, go ahead.
I had an ability, but I forgot where it was, where I can make something more effective for a certain time.
Let me
Forgot
help you out.
out.
Let me help you out.
What class are you?
Infuse item. Temporarily enhance the weapon
Oh,
or
yeah.
armor.
Oh fuck! I've completely forgot about that ability. Shit.
So there you go. I'm gonna use that on your what? You're gonna use lightsaber, right?
Yep.
So
Cool.
use that. There you go.
Can I also just use that on Lumiya?
Sure.
It's super effective fucking thing.
Sure.
On her
I
sniper?
don't think I need +1 because I already have a weapon +1 from what I bought. So
Yeah.
You can give my Viper staff +1 if you're in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Here, have it. I completely
Hell yeah,
forgot about
brother.
that ability.
That's okay. You guys need a hot minute to learn your characters.
Yeah.
Um,
As soon as that happens, I guess I'll take out my lightsaber and nod at the rest of them. Say nod back. I'll just start
okay.
cutting a hole.
You're gonna be using your lightsaber then. All right.
Yeah.
The train picks up speed, and the conductive field increases. You yourself are shielded from its voltaic effects, but your lightsaber is not.
Did not think of that.
I'm gonna let you use the force though. How many inspirations do you have? 1, right?
1, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna cost you your inspiration to keep your lightsaber ignited and held onto in incredible circumstances, and then you can do an acrobatics check.
Yeah, I'll definitely use that inspiration then.
All right. If
We'll
you
use
do
potent aptitude for his
straight
check.
roll, if you roll below a 15, potent aptitude, technological experience. Let's see. Yeah,
Add a
that's
D4.
yes. Add a D4.
D4.
You got this. We believe in you.
Yeah. Don't roll below a 15.
Okay. On D4.
19.
Ooh.
It almost slips out of your hand, but you do a wide slash across the fuselage, and pretty much the entire side of of the train kind of rips out violently.
Okay.
And all
I will
six of
stop
you,
the explosive charge planting and join them.
all six of you troop in to the moving train. And as you guys kind of arise and kind of look around, you hear the sound of weaponry powering up, like the low hum, and the stormtrooper saying, "Stop right there, rebels, come." And that
So
is
we should
where
pick a better entrance.
we cut for today.
We can just throw him out of the train,
Oh no, there's several.
Yeah, I want to
different-
say it's probably not going to be one.
One by one, yes. Throw
Yeah.
him.
Yes. I'm going to
Yeet,
use a
yeet,
forceful
yeet,
push.
yeet.
Hum. Yeah, we're gonna cut here for today, and next time we start with an actual combat encounter
All right.
immediately.
Oh, good. All right. I'll see you guys next week.
Exciting.
Bye YouTube, thanks for tuning in.